Every day I wake up, wake your ass up.
The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?
Hey, let me see you do it. That's why y'all so fat now, because y'all don't dance in the club no more, okay? Back in the day, you had to burn some calories.
So why you thick?
I ain't thick.
You was there back in the day?
I'm thick because that's how God made me.
Okay. All right.
Well, God did that for people's delight.
All right. Hey, Mimi.
Good morning, Mimi.
Good
morning.
Yes.
Good morning.
Hey, Mimi.
Hey, Charlamagne. Hey, Loren. Happy Friday, y'all.
Envy just walked in. Good morning, Rashawn.
Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Did the throat monster give you your voice back?
Y'all started the Throat Monster thing.
What are you talking about?
You about Throat Monster?
What?
You know, like on Space Jams,
There was like the Throat
Monstars.
Monster got you. I was like, what the hell are they talking
Yeah,
about?
the throat monster took your voice. It's okay.
Definitely took my voice yesterday.
You back now.
I'm a little back.
What we got, Mimi?
All right, well, we have really good news this morning. We have some much needed relief for federal workers. After that record 43-day shutdown, paychecks will finally start going out this weekend. A senior administration official says the first checks will land Saturday with the goal of getting everyone paid by Wednesday. Now, because agencies, they handle their own payroll, workers all won't be paid at the same time, but the White House says that it's pushing agencies to move as fast as possible so no one waits any longer. Now, starting tomorrow, the first group of federal workers, they will get paid, as I said earlier, mainly employees in administrative and government support roles. They will get their base pay. Their overtime will come later. And then on Sunday, the next wave will hit workers at the Energy Department, Veteran Affairs, Health and Human Services. They will see their checks, and those will include overtime and hazard pay. And for families who rely on SNAP benefits, relief is coming as well. Full SNAP benefits are expected to be restored by Monday, with states ordered to send out full November payments immediately, though timing will vary from state to state. So we've been talking about this for 6 weeks. Food banks across the country, they have become a lifeline, not just for families who depend on SNAP, but for those thousands of federal workers who suddenly had no paycheck. Now, many of those workers are still behind on rent, utilities, and bills. And pantry directors, though, they say that they expect demand to stay high while people still try and get back on their feet. And at the Food Bank of New York, or for New York City, where Charlamagne, I know you've been on the ground helping with meals, they say now is not the time to stop doing the work. They want people to continue doing the work, continue to support families while the recovery process is going on. Let's listen to what they had to say.
Here at Food Bank for New York City, we'll continue to be in it to win it, as I like to say. And it's good, nutritious food we want to let people know, right? It's not cakes, pies, sugary drinks. We want to make sure that people are amply supplied and all set to celebrate the all-American holiday of Thanksgiving. But it's going to continue to be tough times. What we have to remember, it's not only SNAP, it's the government shutdown, and on top of that, it's the looming increase in affordable health care costs. And this is the same constituency that is at the heart of all three of those things.
Yeah, man. Salute to the Food Bank NYC, man. Dropping the clues bombs for Food Bank. They do phenomenal work. And like she said, it's nutritious food. Lauren's even been out there with me, on the ground giving out food to people who need it. So salute to the foodbanknyc.org. I'm an ambassador for them. And $1 provides up to 15 meals for people when you donate to the food bank. So foodbanknyc.org if you want to go make a donation.
Absolutely. Very important work. And I just want to make sure that people don't think because the shutdown is over that the need is over. But we do know that shutdown, it ended on Wednesday night, and that new funding bill will keep the government funded through January 30th. And there's one more update tied to the shutdown, this time for TSA workers. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem, she says that thousands of TSA agents will receive $10,000 bonus checks for the work that they did during the 43-day shutdown. And she made the announcement during a speech at the Houston airport yesterday, praising officers who kept showing up without pay and picked up extra shifts to keep travelers moving. Let's listen to what she had to say.
And what that means is that we are going to not only continue their paychecks like they should have received all along, but also they're going to get a bonus check for stepping up, taking on extra shifts, for showing up each and every day, for serving the American people, and taking seriously the mission that the Department of Homeland Security takes seriously and that they...
Is that all employees?
No, that's what I was just getting ready to say. That's a very good question, Envy, because Noam says that the bonuses, which will come in addition to back pay, are meant to help employees get back on their feet. But not everyone is thrilled with this rollout. So the union that represents TSA workers, they said, they're happy that some workers are getting that help, but they argue that every employee suffered something during the shutdown and they deserve something. They said that everyone endured some sort of hardship, and so to pick and choose who gets that doesn't seem fair.
I will say though, man, I can agree with that. I think the people who stayed working probably should get $10,000. The people who had to step away, because you had to step away for reasons. Sometimes you had to step away because they couldn't afford to have their kids in childcare.
Yeah, or pay bills or whatever it may be.
I pick up another job to pay bills. So I think they should probably get $5,000. But I'm gonna tell you something. When I was coming through TSA last week, I seen this dude. He threw the bin, right? He worked for TSA and he threw the bin because he was upset about something. And then one of the other TSA workers said to him, "Man, you can't do that or whatever." And he was like, "I don't care. We're not getting paid no way." But he was still there. So to see that frustration,
right,
and then to know that they're being rewarded, I think that's dope.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
but there's some agents that
dope.
took extra shifts, so they should be rewarded. But like you said, if I tried to work but I couldn't because I had to pay bills, so I might have had to do Uber. I might have had to, watch my kids that week. I mean,
you should get something.
How do you not give them something when they tried? Like, they working.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Everyone had their own circumstances, which kept them,
of course,
having to go in or not go in. And so we'll continue talking about this at 7, but also coming up at 7, something you probably don't think about is about to have a really big impact on your wallet. We'll tell you what it is and how it's actually going to affect all of us.
All right. Well, thank you, Mimi. And last night, the Jets lost to the Patriots. If you're a Jets Patriot, they knew that already?
Whoever playing the Jets going to win.
Okay.
You ain't even got to worry about that. Sorry, Red. Red is the Jets fan in the building. I don't know why.
Red wore his jacket or something one day. He said, "It's the only day I'm going to get in."
That's the only thing. Well, he got 2 games out of it. But everybody else, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Loren LoRosa's here as well. Let's get in some front page news. Now, last night in Thursday Night Football, the Patriots beat the Jets 27-14. What's up, Mimi?
What's up, Envy, Charlamagne, Loren? How y'all doing this morning?
Peace, Mimi.
Great. Good morning.
Mimi, I saw you on stage freestyling.
You did?
Where you was at?
Me?
She was rapping?
You look like you was freestyling. Where you was at?
That was the event I told you about the other night with Debbie. It was for with Dr. Key. I was hosting it. Yeah.
Okay, I saw Tabitha Brown there.
Yeah.
Oh, you said she was rapping. I thought it was some.
He always saying somebody freestyling. I was practicing how to say this city in Brazil yesterday in the hallway. He gonna say, "Why you rapping to yourself?"
You was. I don't know why you like to freestyle on the low, but good morning, Mimi.
I was on the mic a little bit, but we'll talk about that later. All right. So we start this morning at the airports where the government is back open, but the airline system is still trying to catch up. So delays and cancellations, they are still piling up. Travelers are walking into airports, finding long lines, crowded gates, and flights that still aren't taking off on time. Now, officials say it may take several more days before things fully reset. Yesterday alone, more than 1,000 flights were canceled and 1,000 more were delayed. Airlines have even pre-canceled some flights today, so make sure you check your itinerary before you head to the airport just to keep schedules manageable. Now, the FAA had said that they were going to cut flights by today by 10% at the busiest airports, but now that the shutdown is over, that is off the table. The cuts will stay at 6% instead, as more air traffic controllers are finally back on the job. Now, here's a new debate brewing. So we were just talking about TSA agents, so now they're talking about air traffic controllers being punished for calling out during the shutdown. Some critics are saying that they should be disciplined, but Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy, he is pushing back. Let's listen to what he had to say.
Well, I think what we have to realize is we have some controllers who are put in a very difficult position. They're young. They don't make a lot of money when they first start out. They can make some good money later in their careers, but when they start out, they're not making a lot. They may be the sole source of income. And they were confronted with a real problem. Do I not feed my family? Or do I try to find another pathway to put food on the table? And that was very real. And I'm cognizant of that. I don't want to be unfair to people.
So what, are you going to punish them and tell them not to come to work?
Exactly.
Like, come on. Mm-hmm. So you get the same problem?
Exactly.
Makes no sense.
It's so hard for people to treat people like they would want to be treated in the same situation.
I think about that every day, yo.
Because if you was in that situation, you would make the same decision.
I promise you. It's like, back in elementary school, it was like, you're doing to others, you would have them doing to you. I promise you, I don't do nothing to nobody that I can't handle receiving.
Talk
you
that
know
talk.
what I'm saying? Man,
You
shut
talk
up.
about my bald spot every day.
I'm bald. So when people clown me for being bald, it don't bother me. That's why I can talk about your bald spot.
Back to me.
Well, it's speaking about air traffic controllers. So President Trump, Envy, he has said that air traffic controllers who stayed on the job should get $10,000. I don't know if that means people who had perfect attendance or people who took up extra shifts, but he did talk about actually giving them an extra $10,000. So we will continue to watch that and see what happens with that. But bottom line this morning, if you are headed to the airport, expect delays. Things are better, but not back to normal. And as we continue to talk about travel, this is something that could make things a lot easier. So Apple is rolling out a new feature that lets you carry a digital copy of your passport on your iPhone or your Apple Watch. You can now use it at TSA checkpoints in more than 250 airports for domestic travel. It's part of Apple's new digital wallet. So it'll be available in that new iOS update. Right now, it works in about a dozen states, Puerto Rico, so including California, New York, Georgia, Maryland, and Arizona, with more states coming soon. So the setup is simple. You just scan your physical passport in your wallet and verify your identity, and then you tap your phone like you are doing Apple Pay. TSA, though, they say still bring your physical ID for now because the feature is still in beta testing. So what do you guys think about that? Would you put your passport on your phone so you don't have to carry it physically or
Absolutely.
have it physically?
100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't see why not. You know what I want to know too, Mimi? You know those U.S. passport cards, like the little joint that look like a license?
Yeah.
Do those work? Can you
No.
use those at the airport?
You cannot use those. No, you have to have a passport.
You positive?
Yep. That's like a backup if you ever lose your ID or if you're ever in a country and you need to travel and you're outside, but you need your passport.
Because somebody told me it was real ID compliant, but I don't know.
You could use it as an ID, but not as a passport to fly out the country.
No. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when I'm just traveling in the States, instead of bringing my passport to the airport, can I just use that little passport
I believe
card?
you can, yes. But not to go out the country, yes, you can.
Yeah. That's a good question, though. I know you can't use it as a passport to go to country. You're right, Envy, about that. But I wonder, is it real ID?
I think you can use it as a real ID.
Somebody told me that. I don't know if it's true.
But you definitely can't go out the country with it. And Delta has it where you can actually put your passport in your app and you can travel. It's easier to travel with your passport already logged in. But I think that's great.
Yeah, me too. Because I don't like carrying my physical passport through America. That feels ghetto.
Really? I feel like reassured when I have it physically. I don't know. Maybe it's the flight attendant. I'd be neating it on me.
Yeah. Well, you can now upload it to your iPhone if you have updated your phone, and you can, if you're traveling, that is something that you can try out. But remember, not all airports have that yet, so don't go and and they don't have it, and you're like, what's going on?
Charlotte, you don't have your real ID?
Every time I made an appointment, I couldn't go.
Loren, you got yours?
Nope.
All right, y'all playing. All right.
I'm going to do it though.
Mercedes set y'all both up, but go ahead, continue on, Mimi.
All right, and while we're talking about big changes coming to your wallet, here's one that's going to hit a lot closer to home than most people think. So the U.S. has officially stopped minting new pennies this week, and retailers say that tiny coin is more important than people think about. So without pennies, stores say that they cannot make exact change anymore, which means totals will now have to be rounded up or down to the nearest nickel. And all that rounding could quietly cost Americans an estimated $9 million more every year. So retail groups said that they haven't been given any guidance on how they should, charge people. So when they're rounding, should they do it on the subtotal, the tax, the final amount? No one knows. And so businesses are worried that they could face complaints or even legal troubles if they guess wrong. So there's a fairness issue because cash customers, they might see their totals rounded, but card users, they will still have to pay that total amount. So retail associations, they are already talking with lawmakers, warning that once the penny, the circulation runs out, you can't find them anymore, stores will have to start rounding and customers will definitely start taking notice. So while the penny may be the smallest thing in your wallet, its disappearance is raising big questions about what we pay every day and how purchases will be handled moving forward.
This country is really trying to get rid of everything brown.
Yes, it's going to be digital,
amazing.
and it's going to be so hard for the elders.
Everything brown.
What about people who can't go, won't go digital?
I'm not getting rid of pennies. Okay, my grandma ain't never got rid of no pennies, so I ain't getting rid of no pennies. I'm going to continue to get my goddamn wrapping paper, and I'm going to continue to wrap my pennies up, okay? I'm saving my pennies.
You still wrap the pennies up?
Yes,
my grandma do
coins.
too.
But I still got, you see, I got my Crown Royal bag right here, full of coin. I keep my Crown. I got my Crown Royal bag right here. I got little plastic things all around the house with coins all in them. I don't get rid of no coins.
You know they got a machine. You can put the coins in the machine and it gives you a receipt.
Hey man, I'm old school. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I like to keep things the way they are, just for nostalgia purposes. Okay?
I wonder if the pennies are gonna be worth anything later on.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking. It'd be like a $2 bill is worth something now.
Right.
Will the pennies, be worth something later on since they don't make them anymore?
I got a bunch of those too. Salute the $2 Steve. Every time I see $2 Steve,
I still got the $2 he gave me in Vegas.
I got mad $2 from him.
I got $2 bills. I got pennies. I'm not getting rid of none of my coins. Don't listen to these people. Okay.
You really an old school auntie. And you are. You really are.
Not a heart. He is really.
Yes, for real.
He said, and he pulled out his pennies to show you. So I love that. All right, y'all. Well, that is your front page news. I'm Mimi Brown. Follow me at Mimi Brown TV for more stories. Follow the Black Information Network. Download the free iHeartRadio app or visit BINnews.com.
I don't know, Mimi. The way this country getting rid of everything brown, you might want to start calling yourself something else just for a stage name. Okay?
Jesus Christ. Thank you, Mimi. Have a good weekend.
You're hilarious. All right, y'all. Bye.
Every day I wake up, wake your ass up. The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?